You came at the right time because we are starting a brand new section called functions. And you can see by Tiana's comment over there, functions is not make sure, ma'am. Don't even stress about it. Functions are very easy, and we're going to be learning about functions, and we're going to take it a little bit slow just so we can get an understanding of what it is that functions are about. And we're going to start with something that we've seen before. We're going to start with a linear function. Okay, now the thing with a linear function is we need to be able to draw a linear function, and we need to be able to describe a linear function. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to be looking at this function over here. It's called y is equal to 2 plus 1. And you know, I can see somebody's unmuted. If you could just mute that for me. I've got a couple of people who are muted. All right, there we go. Okay, so the function that we're going to be looking at, guys, is y is equal to 2 plus 1. All right, now you guys need to remember that y is equal to 2x plus 1 can also be expressed as f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. These two things are the same thing, same WhatsApp group, same. Okay, the only difference is over here, when we pick our x value, we're going to name the other value y. This over here, this f of x that we're seeing in all of this, sometimes they even call it g of x, or they call it h of x. Don't let it scare you. It means the same thing as y. This is the same thing as y. It doesn't mean any different. All it's telling us is that the function at the point, whatever x is, will be this. And this is what I mean. If I asked you guys to look at this first function that I've written over here, y is equal to 2x plus 1. If I replaced x with 0, if x is equal to 0, what will my y value then be equal to? What would my y value be equal to? If I made x equal to 0, what would my y value be? Tell me in the chat, guys. That's it. It would equal 1. Good. Not a difficult one at all. Right. What if my x value was 1? What if I made my x value 1? Yo, because he's like super fast, because he wrote that before I even asked. Yes, good. Y is equal to 3. Excellent. What if my x value was negative 1? What would we get? Ooh, Namani, I'm not sure about 1. Good. Yes, that's correct, guys. I would get y is then equal to negative 1. Okay, because I'm going to get 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2 plus 1, is indeed negative 1. Ah, Isito, you made it right in time, Okay, right in time to learn about this stuff. All right, so the only difference between y is equal to 2x plus 1 is that in this one, we replace x with the number. So when I say x is equal to, if x is equal to 0, I'm then going to say the function at x is equal to 0 is equal to, and then we do the exact same thing. We know that the function at 0, at x is equal to 0 is 1. We know that the function at f is equal to 1 is going to give us an answer of 3. And we know that the function at the point x is equal to negative 1 is equal to negative 1. That's the only difference. This side, we have the answer in x and y's, and in this side, we just have x and the function that gives us the value of x, or the function at that value of x. Give me a thumbs up if the difference between the two of them makes sense. Okay, now don't forget, guys, that this f of 0 is still the same as y is equal to 1. And this f of 1 is still the same as y is equal to 3. And f of negative 1 is still the same as y is equal to negative 1. Okay, Tando, if you're saying thumbs down, you need to tell me where it is that I've lost you so I can bring you back. Okay, so tell me exactly where it is that I've lost you, and then we'll bring you back there. Okay. Excellent. All right, guys. Okay, great. Now, we need to remember that when we express these on the Cartesian plane, now this X and Y thing that I've got written over here is the Cartesian plane. Okay. We need to express this as ordered pairs. So we need to express it as X and Y. All right, Tando, where did I lose you, my sweetie?
Ma'am, I'm not sure. So I wanted to ask if you're saying, right, firstly, y is equal to 2x plus 1 is the same as f of x is equal to 2x plus 1.
100%. Okay, let me show you. Okay, if x is equal to 0, all we're going to do is we're going to go here where we see 0, where we see x, and we're going to replace it with 0, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's how we get 1 out. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. That's where we get the number 1.
Oh, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Same with over here. We're going to replace x with 0, and then you just go in here and replace x with 0.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Excellent. Cool stuff. All right. Sure, teacher Nels, that's a beautiful way to put it, 100%. Tando, have a look at the way that ma'am has put it in the chat for you. She's 100% spot on. Okay. Ntwentle, I see you and Askewele with your thumbs down. You need to tell me where I've lost you. Oh, you too. You need to tell me where I've lost you. Okay. Now, we're going to do this, guys. We're going to open brackets like that. And then we're going to put a semicolon and we're going to close brackets like that. Okay, excellent, my sweetie. Now, in this spot over here, I'm going to put my x value. Okay, no worries, Askewele. I'm going to put my x value here. And in this spot over here, I'm going to put my y value. So we said that when my x value is equal to 0, my y value comes out as 1. Right? And this can be seen as a coordinate. Coordinate, or we also call it an ordered pair. An ordered pair. I'm going to tell you now, your teachers are normally going to call it a coordinate. I think ordered pair is more of an American thing, but we normally call it a coordinate, 0, 1. Now, if I had to find the coordinates or the ordered pair of the second one over here, who can tell me? You can even put it in the chat if you'd like. You can put your hand up and tell me what to write where. Oh, Tiana, excellent.
Ma'am, so then
yes.
Our x value is going to be 1. Now y is going to be 3.
Beautiful. Do the last one for me. I'm going to open a bracket and then
our x is -1 and our y is also -1.
Beautiful. I remember you guys doing this with teacher Jen. She did it so beautifully. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent, beautiful stuff. All right, so what we're going to do next, guys, is we're going to plot this on the Cartesian plane. Now, if we look at the Cartesian plane over here, okay, we're going to look at our x and y values as number lines. Okay, now if this is the 0 of my number line, and this is my x value, all the numbers over here are going to be my negative x values. Now we know that these first values over here, those are my x values, right? And all the values over here are going to be my positive x values over here, right? If I go in the other direction, all the values up here are going to be my positive y values, and all the values down here are going to be my negative y values, right? And then we're going to start plotting. I know I can already see Alicia's like, I hate plotting. Now, normally we would hate plotting, but when we do questions like these, guys, we don't even need that much information. All we need is 2 of these. We only need 2 coordinates. So we're just going to use these 2. We're going to use the coordinates 1 and 3 and -1 and -1. See, so we're going to say where our x is equal to 1, there's our x value at 1. Our y value is 1, 2, 3. So I know I've got a point at 1 and 3. So what I need to do is take them and make sure they come together. Wherever they are, join them together. So the 3 will have to go to the right-hand side and the 1 will have to come up. Yeah. That is the coordinate 1, 3. Right. Oh, I'm loving everybody already saying that. I love it, love, love, love it. Excellent. All right. So that's our first point done. If we look at our next point, our x value is -1, which means it's over here, -1. And our y value is also -1. So it's going to be below here, -1. And then we just need to see where they join. There we go. And that's the point -1 and -1. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my ruler and I'm going to make sure that I draw a line that goes through both my points. Okay, and teacher Coco completely missed the mark, but I will fix it. There we go. All right. That's it. We're done. And then we just need to name our graph. We will name this the graph of f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you calling this graph y is equal to 2x plus 1. They're both correct. You can name that one or the other. Give me a thumbs up if we're all together here. Are we okay with this? This is a grade 9 concept, so it shouldn't be that difficult for us to kind of get where we're going with it. Okay, Mirula, I'm now used to your high five or your thumbs up. Mirula has a hand all made of thumbs. I love it. Yeah, give your tens. No, don't change it. Don't change it. I like it exactly the way it is. Don't change it, Mirula. I like it. Oh, listen to Mnamani. Hey, guys, Mnamani always says things and then things start spiraling out of control. He's like, it's too easy. Give us challenges. I don't mind. Love, love, love challenges. Love challenges. I'm glad you said that, Mnamani, because we're about to go there. All right. I see that. I see that. All right, guys. Let's look at what plotting looks like when we pick our two variables dependent on the easiest way to do this. We're going to be looking at the dual intercept method. Now, give me a yes in the chat or a no in the chat. Yes, if you've seen the dual intercept method before, and no, if you have not. Okay, I've got a couple of no's, a couple of yes. Ooh, many no's. Okay, many no's. All right. Somebody's saying, Lisa Kanya saying, ma'am, is it necessary for the line to grow across the origin? Not at all. I can tell you now, Lisa Kanya, that my drawing was off. You see, my drawing doesn't even go through the origin, so it doesn't need to. Okay, only if the number that we get, like this one here at the end here, this one will go through the origin because we don't have an asymptote. Not an asymptote, an intercept. Okay, so we're going to learn about the dual intercept method, guys. And when we learn about the dual intercept method, we're going to learn of two things. Okay. We're going to learn these two concepts, and they're very important because they're going to come up in every other type of graph that we learn. Okay, when we say dual means two. The two intercept method is what we're going to use. So we need to find two intercepts. These intercepts are going to be our x-intercept and our y-intercept. Okay, remember this is x and this is y. All right, we're going to use the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now, this is something we're going to have to write down, guys. When we look for the x-intercept, y is equal to 0. Naman is already killing it. Yep, that's it, Zara. Dual means 2. That's why I've got two things. This is number 1, and this is number 2. Okay, dual intercept, two intercepts. Okay. Good. So when we have the x-intercept, y is equal to 0. And when we have the y-intercept, then x is equal to 0. Excellent. You see what I mean? Tiana, all of a sudden, all that stuff that Teacher Jen taught you just like thumbs up. If you guys are wondering who Teacher Jen is, if you go to our YouTube page and you go watch the grade 9 videos, okay, then Teacher Jen teaches the dual intercept method. And what I'm doing today, I took exactly from where Teacher Jen did, because it's the exact same thing. Okay. See, Alusha was there. I know Mirula was there. I know Tiana was there. Who else in this class remembers Teacher Jen in grade 9? Because I know she taught you guys this. Patu was there as well, and Tando and Shaden. Yes, it's just Shaden is in our other class. So yes, Shaden was there as well, right? Guys, you know, and of course, Queen Jasmine. Yes, 100%. Yes, right. Guys, when I hear you guys saying you're Teacher Jen's biggest fan, I'm Teacher Jen's biggest fan, because I used to listen to Teacher Jen teach all the time. She's amazing, guys. Amazing. Top G. Top G. It's okay, Samuel. It's okay. As long as you've joined us and you're on this journey with us, she's excellent, by the way. She was one of the best teachers. You know what I mean? She is. She's the best, guys. She's honestly the best. Alusha, not she was, she is. She still is the best. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take this first one here. Y is equal to 2x plus 3. Right. And we're going to look for the x-intercept. We're going to start by going. We want the x-intercept. So we're going to make y equal to 0. So my new formula will read 0 is equal to 2x plus 3. And then I want you guys to solve for x. Solve for x for me and put an answer in the chat for x. Alusha, my feelings aren't even hurt at all. Look, I learned so much from Teacher Jen. She's got like years of experience over me. She's amazing. And if she was your favorite teacher, she's my favorite teacher too. That's it. Naman is done. And you guys are waiting. Naman, is that the answer for y or for x? All right. Guys, solve for x for me and give me the answer in the chat. Good. Hasna says negative 1.5. I will take it. Or you can also give me negative 3 over 2. Good. We're just going to take the 3. What I'm doing now. We're going to take the 3 over to the other side and we're going to get negative 3 is equal to 2x divided by 2 on both sides. Therefore, x is equal to negative 3 over 2 or negative 1.5. Negative 1.5. Good. That's our x-intercept done. Now, to find our y-intercept, we're going to make x equal to 0. So I'm going to end up with y is equal to what? What is x? Y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 3. Therefore, y is equal to how much? That's it, Bukosi. That's it. Excellent. Y is equal to 3. Right. And then we're just going to take these two coordinates that we've just found out. Okay. In this first one, our x value was negative 3 over 2, and our y value was 0. And for this one over here, our x value was 0, and our y value was 3. We're going to plot these 2 points, just like we did up there, just like we did in the question above. Right. So we're going to go to the point negative 1.5. So if I've got negative 1, negative 2, negative 1.5 is going to be in between these two here, right? And then that is at 0. Ooh, I'm lying. Ooh, I'm lying. It's this way. Okay, this is negative 1, negative 2. So that's going to be negative 1.5 here. Here, this is the x value. And my y value is 0. So it sits on this line. It sits on the x line. Okay. Then in the other one, my y value or my x value is 0. So it's going to sit on this line. And my y value is 3. So 1, 2, 3. And there's my point over there. Now, this over here is the point negative 1,5 and 0. And over here, this is the point 0 and 3. Then the last thing for me to do is to pick up my ruler and join these two together. Okay, join them together. That's it. All right. Most of you guys already know how to use the dual intercept method, just like Akwande is saying, is this revision? It kind of is, but it's the first thing we do in grade 10, and we will do it again in grade 11, just as a reminder, because this does show up in your matric paper. So it's very important that we know how to do it. Okay, I want you guys to go ahead, guys. Give me the x-intercept and the y-intercept for b, for the values of b. For y is equal to 5x minus 4. Yes, Tiana?
Ma'am, can I give an answer?
Absolutely, go for it.
Ma'am, so now we say, I'm gonna solve the y-intercept first. Can I solve the
Yes.
y1 first? So I'm gonna say,
Good.
y is equal most now to 5 times 0, which is 0, and then minus the 4. So automatically our y is going to be equal to negative 4.
Excellent, good. So we'll get
And
the
then
values negative 4. I'm just going to put this out there because we already know.
Yes.
All right. And then what
And
about
then-
the x?
And then our x is going to be, if we solve the equation, our x is going to be 4 over 5.
Good. If we solve the equation, 4 is going to be, x is going to be 4 over 5. Our x value is going to be 4 over 5.
Yes, ma'am.
And
then
what's our y value?
is 0.
X
then
is
must just
0. And then we
plot it.
just need to plot these, right?
Yes.
We just need to plot. So we're going to go to x is 0, no, x is 4 over 5, which means it's on this side. And 0 there. And where is our y-intercept at?
Negative. Oh, our y-intercept is like at negative 4.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's all the way down here. Over here. My last step, what do I need to do?
Now we must draw the line and then we must name our graph.
That's it. Beautiful. Sure. Your teacher Jen taught you guys, eh? Even remembers.
Teacher,
Draw the line
please.
and name the graph. That's it. Amazing. Good. We draw the line and my OCD is kicking in. There we go. What is the graph going to be called?
Our graph is going to be called y is equal to 5x minus 4. But if we're going to do it, okay, we're not going to do it. Okay, yeah, it's fine. We'll be able to
Okay,
f
sure.
function x. So at that.
I know, yes. You can also call it f of x is equal to 5x.
Yes.
Which is the same thing. But Tiana, you did that amazingly. 100%.
Thank you,
Well
ma'am.
done. Excellent. All right. I know we're getting this one. I know we're getting this because we've done this millions of times before in grade 9. So this is quite easy for us. I would like you guys to pop your answers for the x-intercept and y-intercept for C and for D. Now, for D, the dual intercept method is not going to work. So what I need you guys to do is to pick another value. Okay, you can pick x is equal to 0 and x is equal to something else. Okay, and bonus points for whoever can tell me why the dual intercept method is not going to work here. Okay, Mnamani, be careful with C. One of your answers isn't 100% correct. Have a look again. That's it, Namani, you're 100% correct. You made no issues there. Askewele, no, they don't have to cross. Remember, we're not even being precise. We're not even being exact. We're just doing it so that we do that. That's it. Kanyiso says, because we don't have a constant. That's true. And if we don't have a constant, my x-intercept and my y-intercept will both be at 0, 0. I only have 1 point. Okay, so I need to pick another value. Nah, it's not necessary, Askewel. It's not necessary. If yours is drawn more to scale, it's possible that it won't. Okay. No worries. All right, let's have a look at C quickly. Who can give me the x-intercept and the y-intercept for C? This one is quite easy, actually. Okay, good. If we make y equal to 0, x will be equal to what? X is equal to, it's not going to be -3. I can tell you guys that. What is it going to be? That's it, Imelda, you rock star. Well done, Hope. That's it. That's it, Lunabile. X will be equal to 3. So my coordinate will be 3 and 0. And for the y-intercept, my y value will be equal to, that's it, -3. So my values over here will be 0 and -3. All right, and if I plot these two, okay, I'm going to go on. That's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 there. That's my x-intercept, and my y-intercept is down here at -3. Okay, and then I just have to join my two lines. And then, just like Tiana said, we need to name our graph. F of x is equal to x minus 3. Okay, so Luga, have a look here. We said if we want the x-intercept, we need to make y 0. So I'm going to end up with 0 is equal to x minus 3. -3 will go over and it will become +3, and that will be equal to x. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, in fact, let me make this g of x. I'm going to make this g of x. Yes, Tiana.
Ma'am, so yeah, by
Yes.
Dine.
Mm.
Now, ma'am say, he's like, I don't know what ma'am said, but I forgot now. But I know that some things not make sure they. So I don't know if I'm remembering it properly, but like something of a slope, steepness, or whatever. Because even if you do the y-intercept does 2 method, whatever it's called, like it both of them is 0.
That's it. Good. You're going to find that if you do x-intercept and y-intercept, both of them is 0. So we don't know what direction our graph is going in. Yes?
So then it isn't
Okay.
it of a slopeness and a steepness or something like it.
You can, but the easier way to do it, Tiana, is just pick a number. Pick any other number except 0.
7.
7. Cool.
Yeah.
We're done. We know that when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. When x is equal to 7, y is equal to?
Sure. 0. Is it equal to 0? I don't know. I can't remember.
No, just replace x with 7. If we replace x with 7, what are we going to get?
Wait, let me see.
3
I can't
times
do
7? What's 3
21.
times 7?
21.
Here we go. Then you can just use these 2 points. You've got 0 and 0, and you've got 7 and 21. You can plot those. That's it.
Let me see. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so when it doesn't have a constant, just choose any other value. Okay, for me, Tiana, your value is like way out there, and I don't think my graph has space for it. So I'm going to change x to 1. Okay, so when x is equal to 1, y will equal 3. Okay, so we'll have the point 0, 0, and 1, 3. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll just have the point 0, 0, and then 1, 3, which will be here. And then we can just join them with a ruler. Just grab a ruler and join. There we go. And we're done. That's all. Okay, not difficult at all. Okay, are we okay with this concept? Give me a thumbs up if we're okay. Mashallah says, yes, I love it. Thanks, Apiwe. Awesome. Remember, guys, this is revision. Yes, so in D, we're not making up our own, it's not our own intercept. We're just choosing another point. Okay, any other point that we want. Okay, Akeram, when you say, I don't understand the concept, you need to tell me where I've lost you so that I can, okay, so that I can bring you back. Okay, Lisa Kanya. Okay, remember, let's look at Y here. Right, if we look for the x-intercept, I'm going to say y is equal to 0. So my new graph over here is going to read 0 is equal to x minus 3. Solve for x for me. If I look for the y-intercept, I'm going to make x equal to 0. So I'm going to get y is equal to 0 minus 3. Solve for both of these for me. Okay. Akaham says, why do we choose another value? Here is why, Akaham. If I use the x-intercept, if I say that my x-intercept and I say y is equal to 0, I'm going to end up with 0 is equal to 3x. And then I'm going to divide by 3. So x is going to equal to 0. Do you see how my first coordinate is 0, 0? Right. Now, Akaham, remind me, if I want to find the y-intercept, what do I need to do to my x value? X must be equal to what? No, x must be equal to? Good, Christina. Okay, Akahang, remember, we're looking for the y-intercept. So as soon as we see the word intercept, the other thing needs to be equal to 0. So in my y-intercept, x must be equal to 0. So if I make x equal to 0, I'm going to get y is equal to 3 times 0, which is 0. So now I have these two coordinates. I've got 0 and 0. Now, if I had to go to my graph here, and I had to plot the points 0 and 0 and 0 and 0, I'm going to have 0, 0 and 0, 0. Which direction is my graph actually going in? If both the points are right in the middle of the graph, where is my graph going to? Is it going this way? Or is it going that way? As long as it goes through the origin, we won't know which direction it goes in. We wouldn't know. That is why we pick another value. Are you getting the idea here? That's why we end up picking another value. Instead of using x is 0 and y is 0, we can choose x is 0 and then choose another value for x. Instead of 0 again, we can choose x is equal to 1. And that will give us another two values. Okay, does that make sense, Aterang? Why we're choosing a different x value? Tarika's fast, yeah? You guys are sleeping. Tarika's already done. Excellent. Wow, excellent. Somebody else was a bit confused with C. Have you solved for x for me? What was x equal to over here? X is equal to something, and over here, y is equal to something. Let me see who it was. Lisa Kanya, can you solve for x and y for me? The rest of you guys have a look at E, F, and G, and H. Go for it, because you guys are with me. Lisa Kanya, you and I, let's have a conversation up top here. Okay, remember, this is the equation you're trying to solve. 0 is equal to x minus 3. Therefore, x will be equal to what? Let me know in the chat if you're still with me. Close already done. My goodness. Good, Lisa Kanya, excellent. X will be equal to 3. So my coordinate will be my X value.
It looks like Teacher Coco was kicked out of the meeting. Oh, she's back. Please give us a minute.
I'm so sorry. My internet just like phew, vanished. I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened. All right, okay. Whew. Sorry, guys. Okay. For those of you who understand the rest of the concept, go on ahead and finish up. Okay. But Ayaz, in my case, I can tell you now, my internet just kind of, it was gone for 1 second and then it came straight back. Okay, y will be equal to -3. So this point over here will be 0 and -3. Teacher Nelly, Alusha is accusing you of things there in the chat.
There's no such thing, Alusha. It's not me, it's load shedding and the network. It's not me, I promise.
Yo, Alusha's a dangerous one. The villain in the room. The villain in the room. I see you, Alusha. See, guys, I think it has something to do with just the network. All right, guys. Okay, let's talk quickly about question H. Before we continue, let's have a talk about H. Right. Okay, we need to then rearrange what X needs to, or what our function needs to look like. Okay. Oh my gosh, Alusha. All right. Who can rearrange the value of, or who can rearrange the equation of the straight line here at H and give us something that looks more like a function? That's it, Tyrika. We need it in, okay, I'm going to tell you now, this is not actually, this is standard form. This is written in standard form, okay? The form that you're thinking of is the point intercept form, okay? The one where y sits on its own is called the point intercept form. And I can see why your teacher would call the point intercept form the standard form, because that's the one that we are looking for most times. Okay. That's the one that we are looking for. And Mashalah's already got an answer for X for us. I want you guys to put it in the point intercept form first for me. So this thing should read y is equal to something. Thank you, Bukosi. Remember, our mx will always come first. Emelda, remember what happens to your 2x when it goes over the equal sign? What happens when it goes over the rainbow? That's it. Akahang, you. Mwah. Well done. Good. Remember, the point intercept form is y is equal to mx plus c. So that value of x with its gradient must sit first. That's it. So we would say y is equal to -2x plus 12. Beautiful stuff. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, before we even continue, because the rest of it is quite easy, I want you guys to tell me, let's have a conversation about this. If I gave you a formula that said 3x plus 12y, no, let me make it a nicer number. 3x plus 6y, let me change it up even, 12x plus 6y. 12x plus 6y minus 24 is equal to 0. Now, what I've given you guys over here is the standard form. Okay. I've given you the standard form. I want you guys to take the standard form and change it into the point-intercept form. Okay. All right, Tiana, do you have an idea of what we would have to do here?
Ma'am, so
Yes.
can't we say like 6y is equal to negative 12x, and then we say plus 24.
Plus 24, excellent.
Right.
Excellent. We're not done though, because it's still not in point-intercept form. What's missing?
Is that 0 missing? I'm not sure.
What does the point-intercept form look like?
Sure. I don't know.
All right. Can we ask Notando to finish up for us? Because you did an excellent job. You are 100% on the correct track. Okay, I'm going to ask Notando to finish up for us. All right. Well done. Love it. Notando, what else needs to be done here? Mashallah.
Ma'am, do we not divide everything by 6 to get y alone?
100%, my sweetie. Oh, divide by 6. Divide by 6. Divide. Like, I think I'm challenging you guys, but everything is so easy for you guys. I mean, Notando, really? Okay, give me the final formula. What would it be?
So it would be equals to negative 2x plus, 24 divided by 6 is 4 plus 4.
Oh, good. See? No. Very, very well done. I couldn't have put it better myself. You guys are amazing. You're amazing, Notando. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very, very. Okay. All right. So I can't really trick you guys. This is the one thing that they love asking in exams. I'm telling you guys now, I'm warning you now. They like to give you a formula that looks like this, and they tell you that it's a linear graph. And then you're like, but ma'am, what happened? What did they do? This is what they did. They gave it to you in standard form and they want it in point-intercept form. So that's all we need to do, Samuel. Move everything except y to the other side and divide by the coefficient of y. Okay, that's all. And that will give us the point-intercept